Hi everyone, welcome. It's the 4th of June and we are recording our monthly holistic forecast with Bianca. My name is Flavia, I'm the founder of Aura, and we have been doing this now for almost 3 years. And it's our monthly sort of recap of what's happening in the stars and how we can leverage what is happening in the universe to better to choose better focus for our health and well-being, maybe, or give us some guidance. So yeah, very excited to have you again, Bianca. I
Always
must
happy to be here.
admit,
hmm
I haven't looked at the horoscopes yet, but I'm really much looking forward to taking notes, to putting like all the dates down on my calendar, and yeah, to hear the scoops, the ones maybe that aren't even written on the horoscopes. Let's see.
Yeah, totally. Well, even though we're recording, a little later than we would like to, it's actually a really nice day to record. We have Venus Cazimi today, which is when the sun and Venus are together, and Venus is kind of like in the heart of the sun, and it happens only once a year. So we're in Gemini season. We have this Venus Cazimi happening in Gemini. And then also Mercury and Jupiter are conjunct. So it's like beautiful, big Gemini vibes, confidence, optimism, all things Venusian are amplified. So like love, beauty, connection. Maybe you have like new ideas and inspiration, especially since Jupiter has moved into Gemini on the 25th. And I'm curious if you, Flavia, or anyone who's watching, like, please let me know. Have you noticed a little bit of a difference in things from before May 25th compared to after May 25th? Tell me if you've noticed anything different.
Absolutely. I feel like I've had sort like a immense surge of like energy and creativity and just being like very much connected to my intuition. And I mean, we've talked about this because you've done my solar revolution. How do you say? Like you've checked like all of my dates for the year. How's it
Yeah.
called?
Yeah, we did a transit reading. Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I was awaiting some sort of change, but I didn't think it was going to be so palpable,
Yeah.
with the energies. I felt like there was clearly something shifting there.
Yeah. And especially for you as a Pisces sun and rising, because Gemini is also a mutable sign, like you're going to feel those energies maybe a little bit more than the Jupiter in Taurus. Although, like, one thing that was very cool was that the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction happened right on your North Node, which is pretty magical. But yeah, it's a good time for mutable signs. So Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sag. Other people will feel it too, but just maybe not as strongly, let's say. Yeah.
I have a question, just because I know we might get some fans of the horoscopes with a huge question mark on their face. What the hell is a Cazimi?
Yeah. So a Cazimi is like, it's kind of a special type of conjunction. So it happens with, I think it's only with Mercury and Venus, to be honest. And it's like, I don't know the complete ins and outs, but astrologers refer to it as like when those planets go into the heart of the sun. So it's like the way its movement goes is like, it's a bit more than like a normal conjunction, let's say. I forget like how I've read the more detailed, nice descriptions, but the point is that either Mercury or Venus goes into the heart of the sun, and it's a very special time. The sun shines light on everything, right? So when we have the sun and whatever planet together, it amplifies those energies.
Wow.
And Venus Cazimi is only once a year, and Mercury Cazimi, I'm not sure how, I think maybe around 3 times, but don't quote me on that. It's a little more often because Mercury's a bit more of a fast moving planet. Yeah, but basically Sun and Venus, Sun and Mercury linking up, special time.
Beautiful.
where the energies are amplified, right? Because we have an alignment between the sun's energies and either Mercury or Venus.
Cool,
Yeah.
amazing. And so what does that signify for us in these days? Because I imagine there will also be like a shadow period. So even if we are posting this a couple of days later or not, yes?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, for example, we have the new moon in Gemini in 2 days. During the new moon in Gemini, the moon's not even in Gemini yet. The moon will be in Gemini on the new moon. So we're gonna have the sun, moon, Venus, and Mercury all in Gemini, all pretty much conjunct, if not exactly conjunct, like for sure the sun and moon. So we still have some of this energy like carrying forward. And I mean, also, even if you're watching this much later, you can reflect on, oh, did anything happen around the 4th? Did I meet someone new? Did I deepen my bond with someone? Did I feel this amplification of like love and beauty in my life in different ways? Yeah, we just like the first few days of the month is just kind of like turbo Gemini energy, because it's like basically all the inner planets except Mars are in Gemini plus Jupiter. So it's just like a lot, like curiosity, connection, communication, learning new things, talking to people. Yeah.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my
And like
God.
fast moving energy, you know?
I can feel it. I can feel
Yeah.
how everything is moving way faster. And I'm like, I'm just getting out of like this massive meditation thing where I'm like way slower, like even slower than what I was before. And I feel like everything is moving so fast. And I
Yeah.
need to catch up with this energy. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good idea to like ask ourselves whether or not we want to catch up, or to what extent we actually need to catch up, or if that's just like external pressure that we're feeling. I did a whole episode about Jupiter and Gemini because Jupiter transits usually last around a year, so they're pretty important and significant. So recommend listening to that Life Forces podcast, episode 22. And yeah, one of the things that I think we're going to see with Jupiter and Gemini is, of course, things are speeding up, but it's also showing us just how much information is out there and how we really need to be discerning with what we're taking in.
Amen.
And discerning with how we're moving through the world, because it's like, okay, where is this pressure coming from? Like, or do I really need to read 5 different things about this one topic, or can I stick to like 2, things like that? Or, we can get so many amazing ideas, but which ones are worth executing, right? Or we still need to make sure we're following through and not just like keeping it all in our minds.
That's really good advice, and I feel like it's really on point, especially for our times that we are currently living. It's like it's information overload everywhere, and there's this sort of idea that now we need to optimize our knowledge and our learning even more as well. So it's just on top of everything we do already just to exist and live. It seems like we also need to absorb so much information and so much faster. And I mean, I don't know if this is something that old people would say, but I feel it. It's very tiring. And I know how like information is also being shared differently nowadays, and everything is so condensed and shortened and created to attract people's attention. And information overload for sure. And I love that there is this energy that can support us to create discernment and just be more picky about the information we want to absorb.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I really do like this new moon happening on Thursday, because as I was saying, we've got the sun, moon, Venus all aligned. Mercury is still close to Jupiter. So it's actually a really good time to refine any ideas and inspiration that have been coming in, from the start of Gemini season, or especially since Jupiter moved into Gemini, to refine a little bit, right? Like new moons are great opportunities to initiate, to start things. So it's like, okay, I have a few ideas. Like, I'm seeing, you know, what's interesting to me right now. Like, what do I actually want to focus on? And Saturn is also helping us here because Saturn is squaring all the stuff, all the Gemini stuff, basically. And Saturn like will be making exact squares to a lot of the planets that are in Gemini this month. So it's like it gives us an opportunity to check in and see like what's really solid, what's really stable, what is really going to stand the test of time, kind of thing. Yeah, and there's also a lot of powerful energy with the way Mars and Pluto are aligned as well. So it's actually like really nice energy to like refine and get started on things.
Cool. You know,
Yeah.
I'm working on some stuff, so I feel like it's the kind of energy that I need. So that's really cool. Thank you.
June 6th, yeah. And then on the 9th, Mars moves into Taurus. So it's been in Aries. It's home, you know, it's domicile. It's been enjoying its time in Aries. Now it's time for Taurus. Because we have this less intense Mars, that's one thing that's going to help us stay a little bit more grounded, which is nice. And it's also a good time to see, okay, the area of life where we might have had that inspiration or desire to like break free with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that happened in Taurus back in April, like this can help us like continue to take action on it. Like maybe we've kind of put the thing or the idea or whatever it is on the back burner, but this can help us pick it up and kind of push through, sort of thing. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is June 9th.
Yes, June 9th.
Okay.
And then on the same day, we have the sun squaring Saturn. Like exactly. So again, reality check energy. And then on the 12th, Mercury will exactly square Saturn. Same kind of vibe. And then also because Neptune is in Pisces, we have some planets squaring Neptune as well, which can bring a little bit of confusing energy, but also some inspiration. So on the 17th, both Venus and Mercury in Gemini square Neptune. And then on the 20th, the sun in Gemini squares Neptune. So we have this interesting thing of like reality check, seeing if things are solid, but then also possibly some like confusing numinous energy too. So
Of course, because why not, you know?
yeah,
Just
yeah. Saturn and Neptune together. Yeah, we're building up to like an exact conjunction in Saturn and Neptune and Pisces. I think it might be 2025 actually.
Okay.
Next year, for sure not this year. That'll be interesting. That's a whole other story.
level.
But
So stay tuned.
yeah, stay tuned for that.
Next year
for sure.
we'll be talking about this for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, exactly. So then we have another Cazimi this month, which is the Mercury Cazimi on the 14th. So Sun and Mercury and Gemini together, happy together. And of course, you know, just to remind us, like, Mercury's at home in Gemini. So it's like super brain power vibes, downloads, inspiration, new ideas, good communication as well on the 14th of June. Something to look forward to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then we shift things a little bit because on the 17th, both Venus and Mercury move into Cancer, kind of little preview of Cancer season coming a few days later. So this is water sign energy. This is more about nurturing. This is more about sensitivity, emotions on the level of our relationships, on the level of our minds and our communication. So for sure, things are going to be a little less cerebral and a little more feeling-esque, right? And also that day, because they're both moving into Cancer the same day, they're going to be conjunct at a certain point that day. So the 17th is a really great day if you feel like you need to get vulnerable with someone, to like let yourself do that. If you happen to have like a therapy appointment or something booked that day,
When is that?
that's the day you
15th?
can
No,
let it out. The 17th.
17th.
Maybe you have to reschedule, Flavia.
Maybe.
Yeah. So that's the 17th. It'll be very interesting. Maybe a bit of an emo day, but we all need those once in a while.
Write it down, everyone. please do yourself the favor and write these dates down, because you will notice things happening and it won't be a surprise anymore. So just
Yes, totally.
mark my words.
Totally. Yeah. So then on the 20th, we have the summer solstice, which ushers in Cancer season. So again, Cancer's a cardinal sign. It initiates a new season. So it's summer for us in the Northern Hemisphere. So again, from this airy intellectual energy, we move into the waters of emotions and intuition and all that fun stuff. That's maybe a little more under the surface. Yeah, get into your feelings from the June 20th to, I think it's July 20th is when Leo season starts. So
You mean more than I already actually do as a Pisces?
yeah.
My God.
Or maybe you're already there. Maybe you're already there. I don't know.
Oh, maybe I'll just be easy breezy for me, and everyone else will be a wreck. Be like,
Yeah, I find
this.
I find like when we're in a season of an element that we have a lot of in our chart, it often like feels familiar and nice, even though it's not the exact same sign. But you'll see if this year it amplifies certain things or not.
I'll report back.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, so then a couple more important things for June is we've got the full moon in Capricorn on the 21st, 22nd. So yeah, basically the day after Cancer season, boom, we've got a full moon. And this one is really interesting because, I mean, Capricorn is not the most dreamy sign, but this full moon is kind of dreamy because it's squaring Neptune. So I'm curious to see how that will play out. And then also we have a really nice Jupiter-Pluto trine, which is a great opportunity for us to reflect on our personal growth. I think full moons are always good for that, but especially this Capricorn full moon.
Cool. Also another day to mark down.
Yeah. And finally, on the 29th, we have Saturn stationing retrograde in Pisces. So again, we are not scared of retrogrades, especially with, you know, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Uranus. They all go retrograde every year for about 5 months. So we can handle that, okay? It's normal. Yeah, so we had an experience of Saturn retrograde in Pisces last year. And one of the main things that happened was the SAG-AFTRA strike. So, you know, the strikes of the actors, writers, like other people in the entertainment industry, like film industry in particular, I guess, film and TV. So that's interesting. So I wonder if we're going to see more like negotiations and renegotiations when it comes to like creative pursuits, for example, especially like with how ChatGPT and everything is AI, blah, 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 like how that's all progressing. So I wonder if we'll see more of that. And yeah, maybe we'll also see more water related things happening. Like I believe the Ocean Gate submarine thing also happened during Saturn retrograde. I think like right as it was stationing retrograde last year, that whole thing happened. Okay. So perhaps we'll see something similar. I don't know. Water related stuff, spirituality related stuff, emotional stuff, boundaries, stuff like that. Let's see.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forward. Wow. Okay. So June is not a dull month, my friends.
No, no.
And I really invite you to go check out your personalized horoscopes, which Bianca writes for you each month, and they can be found on our website. And I'm going to go ahead and read mine now. And I love that you are giving advice based on whatever is happening through the month for each sign, but also the rising signs, and it's always totally on point. So I'm really excited to read mine, and I'm also like so curious to hear apart from our fans, like the ones we know, the ones who always cheer for us,
Yeah.
what's happening for you? Like, do you read the horoscopes? Do they, can you relate with them? Is it a useful tool for you? Do you find that you can relate to more spiritual content or not? I think it's an amazing tool, and Bianca has so many offerings as well on her side to help you, understand this whole astrology thing a little bit more, and not only, also more about spirituality and human design. And you've got lots of classes to discover. Actually, no, one class for now that is actually released on the app too. I need to check, actually.
For sure, the human design one.
Yeah.
The intro to human design. And then is the intro to spirituality one?
Oh, yeah.
On?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I have two, Flavia. Thank you very much.
Two classes on the Aura app.
Yeah.
Available for you to watch. So if you want to know more about her work, head on over to her website. I'm going to be making sure that I'll be also posting it on YouTube. And on the app, these videos will be available for you on either platforms. And yeah, thank you so much, Bianca. Do you want to share anything before we end the recording?
I do. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, I have a podcast called Life Forces Podcast. So if you want to dig more into astrology, but also other stuff like personal development, it's all there. And I'm actually sort of in like a pre-launch phase of a new coaching container, and I am looking to do like a beta round with a few people. It's one-on-one, but I just want to work with a few people and, see how it goes. So it's a 3-month commitment, but because it's beta, it is a beta investment. It's not like a full investment. And I think the way I've priced it, it's like there'll be like 5 sessions with me and a bunch of other resources. And it works out that like each session is like less than what I'm normally charging for a session. Like it's a good deal,
it's a bundle.
Yeah. And it's called, for now, it's called Reclaim, Activate, Flow. And if you want to know more about that, you can DM me at Life Forces Inc. on Instagram. Yeah, we can set up a call just to chat and see if it would be a good fit.
Yeah. So cool. I will make sure that I also share that everywhere.
Thank you.
So that we support you, of course. I have been working with you personally, and I love working with you. That's the reason why you're also here talking with me today. But I find that it's, head on over to Bianca's website, Instagram, learn more about her work, and we'll see each other again next month for the upcoming month, for July.
See you in
what
July.
The summer has in store. And everyone, just brace yourself for an eventful little month, and send us your comments, send us your what's happening in your life and how this is helping you or not. Let's see. We are here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.